You can pick the rest of the draft going in.
They will second pick way
10 seconds remaining.
counter pick. So that
5 seconds
Team
remaining.
Liquid's turn.
Whoa,
Enchantress.
not what I was anticipating.
Nobody wants to go out on Silencer. All right, that's just how it is.
I actually thought they would pick Silencer when they banned Brood, because now Enigma's in the pool, and actually Eng is not that bad because you know the
10
shot.
seconds
I don't
remaining.
think you guys have seen it before.
The little friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you
5
put that
seconds remaining.
spell on the enemy target, all the spiders goes on him. So it's actually pretty funny.
Funny, is it good though? Everybody says that shard is garbage.
I actually used it once. It's actually pretty good. People just
Really?
doesn't know how to use it properly.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, I'm with you. Good. Well, they do have, like you said, that Enigma open to team. Go for it though. Again, that hero has been all over the place. Success, some failure, and Silencer's still in the pool. So if they wanted to swap it to another core role, you could do that also.
banned by 6. Something with the link.
Team Liquid's
Should be
turn
Enigma.
to pick.
Enigma Tusk maybe? Oh, you're right, Emma.
There he is.
Interesting. So what is it about this Lina? You said there might be something about this Lina. What is it that makes this hero so insanely good, particularly for Liquid?
10
Like,
seconds remaining.
what they want. Plays the carry from
5 seconds
Matumbaman
remaining.
gets his console.
Team Secret's turn to
Beastmaster.
Well, I mean, you got the Lina right now. We got the best hero, the game-winning hero. You know, you're looking for Team Secret to take the W. They've got the Beastmaster. It's gotta be feeling pretty good now.
They got the
10
natural.
seconds remaining.
Natural disaster.
Wow.
5 seconds
Well,
remaining.
the Enchantress definitely
Team Liquid's
applies a
turn to
ton of
bat.
early pressure, as does the Beastmaster. I mean, I'm looking
turn
at these
to bat.
drafts and I'm just seeing tower after tower getting taken. Obviously, you do have some good outspam, but Taiga, are you concerned about all of that pressure that Team Secret has running early?
So what we have seen in game 1, I think you have better answers. Looking for some
10
would fight them,
seconds remaining.
fight the Beastmaster and Ench on the early game, because right now they only have Tusk and
5
Lina and they're not
seconds
like the best heroes. It's to add something else, something more like a hero to fight this beast. The moment this beast takes your tower, your jungle is gone. It's gone, and they need to somehow retake this jungle, and they also need to apply their own pressure. They maybe another sniper game, you know, sniper is pretty good against that. But they actually ban themselves.
Team Liquid's turn to
Zayats
bat.
will actually get a chance to maybe see some other heroes before he has to pick, which has been a little unusual, I would say, for Zayat this tournament, right? Time gets this like first phase hero, just has to deal with it. They end up banning like 3 heroes in a row to try and protect him. So that Enigma, as you said, is still Lindo, but probably going to be Insania's hero out of this phase, and then we're going to have that double counter pick for both Matu and Zai.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I can also see maybe
5
Y went for
seconds
Insania.
remaining.
He hasn't played a hero for a while, like Y went feeding. Some type of teamfight hero, because they really lack teamfight on the Liquor right now. They usually want to have at least one teamfight hero on support. Now that I pick Tusk,
Team
they
Liquid's
will need to
turn
add something
to
that
bat.
synergizes with Tusk, which is like Phoenix, Wyvern, Jakiro for example, but like,
I like that Wyvern that you're talking about. That always feels like it's really nice against Master, and pair that together with obviously friends and everything else that
10
you've got working with
seconds remaining.
Enchantress can definitely tides of a battle very
5
quickly. And of course, we've also
seconds
seen that
remaining.
combination
Turn
be
to
really
pick.
good. You know, Winner's Curse into an LSA, people get blown up.
What about the Wyvern? Out tempo, man.
10
the drugs
seconds
down.
remaining.
But like you have
Team
Wyvern
Secret's
Tusk.
turn to pick.
dying. That's a lot of teamfight.
Lived its way through that second phase of bans this time. Often getting removed here. Obviously started out as pretty much the hero of the tournament, it felt like. I felt like teams had to address it a lot in their drafts, like Snapfires or something, to try and handle this Tombstone, someone who can naturally hit it, but I mean, the
10
sniper's already
seconds
gone as
remaining.
well, so could maybe be an option for Secret. Of course, then that's putting Zayats on a.
5
I mean, it's
seconds
actually a pretty good 4, I'd say, for the way that they like to play their lanes.
Could be strong. Come up with some type of an answer. We were talking earlier also about like piranhas. That potential answer is it to really go super hard on a tombstone answer, or do you feel like you get that from like a little bit here, a little bit there, like some from Enchantress, some from other heroes?
I feel like they have beast edge. Dom pillars, like they have a problem with Dom.
Got some attack speed, got some range, it's always good, but the crowd, you know, they love the player-hero combos. Got themselves an Invoker pick here.
I think that
10
dying is
seconds remaining.
a good pick for the team fight, but I think Secret have tools to kill that too.
5
The
seconds
aura from
remaining.
Beast. Inch doesn't really care so much about zombies. It's only the lane that's undying, I mean. Laning into
Sure. Every time you get around to it, there's been a lot of different change-ups in the builds too. Do you think with Beast go for like an Exort build, or is it still just going to be like Quaswex trying to play fast with the rest?
People would take Quaswex, but I've only seen in my team. Like on like 2 side lanes, get Midas minute 6, farm on
Team
farm.
Liquid's turn to pick.
Earthshaker.
I think that's probably more like Nietzsche, you know, like Hooker, Saw of the team. That sounds more like Nietzsche.
You talked about Zayats being a little bit more free in the game, maybe.
10 seconds
If it ends up
remaining.
happening here with this Earthshaker pick. This is a TI hero if I feel like if
5
I've ever seen
seconds
one.
remaining.
Not a group stage hero though, I'll say that much. Playoffs, yeah, this guy's been, he's been hurting at TI, I think. But when the game comes down to it, you know, this is one of those heroes that people like to play. You know, I think like if I have that clutch factor in me, this is a hero that can really do a lot of that position 4 role.
Thoughts on it? Hate it, love it?
Well, I don't really like Shaker, to be honest. After playing it in group stage, it felt pretty weak. Don't like it into Undying either. That makes sense with Beast, because you need someone that enables the Beast in lane. Right? Fissure block, you pull back the lane, and Undying can't just chase you down, hit you non-stop. Naturally, they on a lane. Potentially, they might have to steal the pull, because I don't think these Beasts
Team
Shaker would fight
Secret's
into Undying.
turn to ban.
Life Stealer.
Another answer now as we get some claps coming out from the old Earthshaker. But it is going to be the Lifestealer. So Liquid managed to get it again in the second phase. At this current state in the draft, we're still looking for a carry
10
on
seconds
Secret.
remaining.
We're still looking for something, depending on what it is for Team Liquid. Most
5
likely that
seconds
offlaner.
remaining.
What are you guys feeling at this?
I feel like they're gonna ban the res. I think it's not the res.
Team Liquid's turn to ban.
Probably they
Team
will get-
Secret's turn to ban.
Oh, I was gonna say Ursa, but man, I felt like an amazing Ursa game if I was left.
Is there any like archetype of a hero that they need? Something that like just
10
what role do
seconds
they
remaining.
need to fill?
Just a solid carry, like
5
lane
seconds
and do.
remaining.
Care about lane so much. That's good end. Good lane. And the Enigma. Can offer like something good. But
Team Liquid's turn to ban.
doesn't like drag his tempo down. When they're mid and help their offlaner, I think.
Team Secret's
Like they're
turn
not
to
gonna-
pick.
This a draw pick or potential CK2. I feel like they're banning dogs here.
Yeah.
Maybe they want some kind of draw hero, you know, sit back because
Terrorblade. I mean, against Lina, that's scary too.
yeah, because if you look at Liquid's
10
draft right now, they
seconds
only have
remaining.
like Snowball to reach the back line. You're not gonna have Lina on
5
line trying to
seconds
catch a
remaining.
draw or anything. Only Snowball plus internet.
That was the classic answer for a long time against the Lifestealer.
Yeah.
Something there.
Like there is a
Liquid's
There's-
turn to pick. Drow Ranger.
Go for it.
This is like the perfect balance for draw, I will say. Enigma, Dogseer, are usually great heroes again. But right now, Liquid, they probably need to find a hero that actually
There's-
catch this draw. in the
There's still
team fight.
Pango.
Yeah, that's
10
really good. Those two.
seconds
Mango's
remaining.
really nice into draw.
Not usually making it this far in the
5
draft.
seconds remaining.
Yeah.
每一把都当最后一把，然后就也不要每一把都当最后一把，然后就也不要怕说。
He's looking
There's,
spicy.
there's Mars too. Of course, has his own issues versus Drow, but at least going in.
Mars was
Well, we're seeing some speeches out there as I think that they know what they're going to pick and just taking the time now to get ready, hand over heart. They're ready for what could be the last game in this tournament for either of these teams. For Liquid, it could be the last game of that man's career. He's liking what he's seeing. Kissing? Okay, I can't tell. It's just a handshake. They're feeling it. They're trying to get the crowd on their side. They're ready.
He's doing it for you.
And oh my goodness, they pick themselves a brewmaster of all heroes.
Somebody's got to get in there. Let's go.
Guess they're getting drunk tonight.
One way or another.
One way or another, people are gonna nip it on up, but we'll see. All right, so we are not gonna do a coach's interview here at the end, but I want to hear from both of you who you think is gonna come away with this. Cut off the biases for a second. Like has the better drafts at the very least.
I honestly think Secret has a better draft. I feel like this draw is gonna have a free game, free lane. I'm not sure how they're gonna catch it. They need to find a way to kill him.
for me. I see this is the battle of Brewmaster versus these three of me against.
All right, well, we'll have to see indeed which of those two teams are able to come away with the victory here. The lower bracket finals, game 3. One of these teams moving on as we get ready to hop into this one. The coaches have left, game underway. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us through this whole drafting days. I feel like I've learned so much.
But now it's time for us to actually get in here
Yeah, get
as
the
well.
heck
So
outta
thank
here.
you very much. Everyone, can we hear it for Ty Gunamar? Anyone? Yeah, a lovely draft analyst. Thank you.
We get ready to go into this one indeed, and we'll see who it is that's going to be able to come away with the victory here. Team Secret versus Team Liquid. My goodness gracious, Trent. On the edge of my seat here. I have been feeling this the entire day that, I mean, you look at sort of the history of these two teams, both of them with former players that are playing with each other. We're going to do a quick little last speech here moment to Matu before they went up on stage, so we're going to get into that right now.
每一把都当最后一把，然后就也不要怕输。
感谢大哥送的人头，比心哦。
And with that, they signed off, got ready to go into this game immediately into the pause. But you can see that this is a team, both teams, that have just put so much investment into each other as teammates and off. Both these teams from the lower bracket, from the last chance qualifier, and now here in the last day of TI. And again, for both of them, wanting to get some of their highest placements ever. They can do it.
Coming in here, of course, we have a couple different game plans going on right now. A couple heroes that are new to our series right now. Of course, that Invoker that everyone loves so much, being cheered for, that Lina early on in the phase. But a common trend throughout this tournament has been this big ranged damage core and trying to get to that back line, trying to find these big ranged damage dealers. For Liquid, they're going to have the Lina in that capacity. But for Team Secret, they've got sort of a dual action happening here. Of course, they're going to have Nisha on this Invoker, and of course, Chrysalis on the Drow Ranger. So a lot of heroes and a lot of backline plays that Liquid need to look to do. And it can be very tough. They're going to be extremely reliant on that split coming through, trying to find their way there, of course, with the with the Storm Panda.
little bit of an XD there to start. That's always how it goes. They'll sort it out here in just a moment, but you can see not the highest win rate in, but a ton of really standout moments. And moments, I think, when you combo that together with the Earthshaker, with the Beastmaster, there's so much potential to just explode these heroes in a moment. And in a way, that's something that Brewmaster can kind of an answer to. If you don't kill him in that burst, suddenly that fight's going to go Liquid's way.
Yeah, it can just be those tiny little moments. It's really felt like the story of every game that Liquid has been in, right? It's these little infest plays. It's that one tiny little jump that you managed to get. How many of their games have just gone the distance? They managed to find their way to a victory, where Secret, of course, not really being as tested as much, not needing to find those big comeback wins, because they tend to just take the lanes and choke out the game from there, much like they did in game number 1. So will Secret find that success once again? Will they take that early lead, push it, control the whole map, and just force out these initiations from Team Liquid? Or will Liquid bathe in that chaos that they've created time and time again here on the main stage and find themselves a way to the grand final?
We'll have to wait and see, as the game is already underway and heading also across the map. The other thing that I want to watch for is, just like you talked about, that early pushing potential that you get from the Enchantress and that Beastmaster. Insania running in through the river. Puppy will find him real quickly. A couple of melee heroes against an Ench. Very annoying to deal with, but who's faster on the clicks? Resolution picks up the bounty rune this time, and it looks like that is going to end up being East. Liquid weren't able to snack that.
Yeah, no surprises on the lanes here as they split up there. I guess maybe a little bit in terms of Puppy coming up top there and playing with the Beastmaster, but this is just a solid combo. And, you know, Zayats can play a little bit more defensive on the Earthshaker, sort of pull back the wave, set things up for the Drow. And seeing the fact that it is the Brewmaster at the end with the Tusk, that probably gave them a little bit of comfort in this setup as well, knowing that there's not a whole lot they can do to Chrysalis, right? Like, but what's going to stop him from farming? And typically, Earthshaker is someone who can struggle in that position 5 role unless he's a strong laner like this in the Drow Ranger. There's not many heroes that can actually provide so much comfort to an Earthshaker like a Drow can.
No, absolutely. That coverage is exactly what she did there. Her own. So the lanes, as they head out across the map, Mickey playing on this Lina will try and take it to the Invoker as much as possible, but you can see that one of the issues here is they actually did swap it up. A little Shards connection onto Chrysalis, the Fissure, so a lot of blockage coming out. Melee heroes doing a good chunk of damage onto that Drow if they can manage to get on top of her.
Yeah, it's important that they try and fight back right now with these early parts when they're attempting to punish level 1 when there's only the shards there on the Tusk, and there's like no real threat of just jumping onto Zayats whenever they want.
Gets the deep ward there. Foxy can play his way. The other one too.
It's gonna be really hard to get this camp. Like,
yeah, I mean, absolutely. He has the sentry, but can't place it down. Fissure throws it back on it.
They swap. Zai's gonna now run over as well. He's forced the body block.
Bringing him down. The damage! It's out! Chrysalis gets him with that level 2 hit. That was all in time.
It was like all a dance for the safe lane small camp, right? Like,
yeah.
They're trying to, like, changing their positioning, going back and forth like that.
Oh, 23 HP. And gonna have to bring a sound out to himself. My goodness. Yeah, this lane is tough. This is a really hard
Radiant's
one.
middle tower is under
Getting an
attack.
early win in a lane with an Earthshaker support is going to be a great feeling, because now you've got this Enchantress matching up versus the Dying. You're removing pretty much the whole purpose of this pick. Like, it feels like he really was just picked for the lane. They don't necessarily have like the free Tombstone killers, but they have a lot of great tools versus Tombstones. Obviously, like they end the draft with a Drow, so plenty of ranged heroes. There's the attack speed aura. It shouldn't be a major concern for them. Really, as long as they have the vision, that Tombstone's going down.
Pull there of the creep wave around. Back in as Rezo is being zoned away by Insania up here on the top side. Currently going for none of those 4s yet. Play more around the axes and the punches. Gets this wave, pulls it back behind. Don't want to have to deal with the Drow anymore. And this is always going to be the answer, right? If you do end up giving up first blood to the Drow, you can do things and make the laning stage that little bit easier for yourself. Although
That does not feel good, though.
That's a nice little job there, interrupting it.
But like giving a free lane to a Drow too, just because you can't contest, is a pretty awful feeling. Oh, that's a nice play from Boxy though. Unfortunately, they couldn't get all the melee creeps on him, so he didn't take too much damage from that.
Yeah, Drow definitely free game so far. And they're going to need to make some pretty solid rotations later here if they want to find any hope of punishing them.
I definitely think there's a chance to go for a kill before level 6. It should be free with the Brewmaster split, assumedly, but there's also a chance that you go for something a little bit earlier if they can get that wave away from the tower, just because they do have that Tusk initiation.
Zombies? 18 HP. Maybe you just needed one more there.
Don't have untouchable yet, so, you know, it's a little...
Yeah, tries to get that pull off, but oh, the zombie spawn, which stops the pull. Very annoying for the Undying there. It's just going to keep on spamming out those decades as much as possible. So at least up top's going well for Matumbaman on the side of Liquid. A bit of a different story. Zai trying to make his way out of here. Let's switch over form for that Drunken Brawler. Can he get away from him though? A couple more punches and Boxy there to play interrupt.
Yeah, it is not a lot of evasion early on.
I have bunching for you.
Storm Brawler gets him up to just
A nice
5% there. 15% rather.
Huge evasion.
Yeah, it's not great. So again, this lane gonna be a tough one, but you can see the Beastmaster also struggling. They bring on in the big creep. Puppy combination there is actually gonna get some pretty good. Yeah, forces him away.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Matu finds a courier just sitting
Radiant's
there. Puppy had
courier has been
left it
killed.
hanging out there, so great grab there. Besides, also losing a courier at the same time.
Waves around Matumbaman trying to chase. Stop the creatures from being stolen away from his lane there. Again, because Undying had to back away, they actually don't even manage to come and contest.
Nobody wants to lane is what I'm seeing. Crystallis is chasing Boxy through the jungle. You know, they got the pull into the small camp here now. Crystallis can farm that up. All just playing a little bit passive at the moment. A little rotation in the mid lane here though, but that is a level 6 Invoker. Got a couple tools handy here.
They'd be able to find him, bring him down. A couple punches, Nisha caught. Drops it, the Sunstrike. Mickey takes some damage, but it won't be enough. And that is before level 6.
Yeah, so no one was coming to help him. I thought maybe there might be like a Fisher or something in there, but Zayas did not have the option available. Or at least he didn't think there could be a save for it, which is probably true when it comes to the Fisher plays, right? Fisher to try and save from an Ice Shard, it's kind of unlikely.
Yeah, can't get into position there to steal away the bounty rune either, so Boxy rotation clearing a little bit of fruit. And Zai moves over, okay. Can chase him down here. Zayat's in some trouble, throws the enchant totem out, a couple more punches. Boxy gets on the board as Resolution, chase underneath the tower, Matumbaman on top of him with Insania. They bring down Rezo to boot.
Surprising, couple kills across the map there. I feel like Insania is struggling in this lane.
Sunstrike's not there, but the punches coming from Puppy, and the Wolf managed to clean up. 6.5 minutes, and already the lane's starting to break down a little bit more as battles ensue.
Yeah, the constant has been Matu though, just constantly on the wave, never really being forced off here. 41 and 11 as he leads the board in terms of the CS, and well ahead net worth now as well.
Seeing if Nisha can get up to that Hand of Midas as quickly as possible. He is going for this Exort build, so he's going to rely upon these Sunstrike kills. Missing a couple of them there, you know, not the biggest deal in the world to really just accelerate his farm up, but
when the Roar comes out though, as well as the Helm of the Dominator, there's going to be a lot of damage coming out from Rezo in combination with Puppy. They can just bring a secondary creep. They can really get some big chain stuns going if they want, and it should be free picks at that point. And then on the other side, for Team Liquid, you're looking for the level 6 on Zai, right? That first split, Crystallis, I'm sure is going to be well aware that is a big opportunity for them to go for a kill. We might see a little bit of babysitting from Zai in that situation. But the other TPs to save, like Puppy doesn't have a whole lot of tools. They can really do much when the Brewlings come out. So it's going to be based off of the intuition of Crystallis to survive.
Matumbaman onto Rezo. TP's coming in though. Just to be careful. Infest and the runaway. They're going to lose Boxy there as Crystallis heads on out of lane. But they do get away on Matumbaman.
Force that rotation though. But again, that's Crystallis, right? He saw an opportunity to get out of that lane because he knows what's coming, right?
Yes.
So, better than just waiting for it and having to like run to the jungle. You're a drow, that's not really ideal. You'd much rather take this swap, come up top, avoid the brew split, and start farming here instead. Keep that net worth moving upwards. And so you have this dual core of the Invoker and the drow staying strong.
Right.
Kind of weird for Rezo though, because he's playing a Beastmaster. So now like he's still farming towards his helm. Now there's like a Drow in his lane, you know?
Yeah, that part does feel a little bit different. And the other thing about this is we're seeing the Lina just head on back and farm up the jungle too. I was wondering if after getting that ulti online, if she was going to start rotating around, getting some kills, but Mickey opting to just go into the jungle and farm and gets that perfect neutral item for the Lina. Very trinket.
It is cool that Rezo has the 3 points in the axes though, so he's just like farming up stacks right now while Crystallis takes his lane. He's not going to fall behind too much. Now they could even go for a smoke play with the Roar if they want to as well. Again, with Puppy's creeps, chain quite a few. I'd pretty much kill anyone actually. Maybe not Matu, but with the help of a Sunstrike, he's still gonna be pretty tanky and hard to grab. But anyone else is gonna be a pretty free grab.
Of course, those best plays you're gonna have to watch for later on. It's the turn escape route or that life stealer.
I almost feel like Zai's like kind of annoyed down here. He's just like, I want to kill someone. Like, please, like someone show, you know? All his other heroes he's been playing, he's able to like push this tower. He's given this space. He feels like he can immediately start pressuring somewhere else on the map, but instead he only really has the creeps to deal with at the moment.
Middle tower is under
It is going to be able to farm pretty well on that brew.
Dire's
Something that you like to
structures
see.
are fortified.
Get into a couple of those later islands. We've seen some of them go for the Wraith packs. Obviously the Aghanim Scepter. Not as good as it used to be, but still very strong.
Debatable. Might be better.
Senia. Well, he's dead. Can they find anything after, though? Resolution in some trouble as Boxy moves in. So they use the Roar to kill off the Undying, but they get punished pretty heavily on the other side of that.
Yeah, hoping to catch a couple of their core heroes there, obviously. That's why Zai's coming up here to try and get the split off, but not going to find it. And I'll tell you who the happens.
What?
I mean, he would have taken the Invis rune, you know?
All right.
Yeah.
Lets him know how he feels about
That's
it.
right. I like how he tips him, too.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
That's right. You think I wouldn't?
Dude,
Well,
you see something new every time at this TI. And
in behind the split.
they do not have a Laguna Blade. I don't know how it happened, but it's not there. It turns out they don't need it. Nisha goes down. Oh my goodness. Dude, that was sick.
Yeah, this is all just cover, though, because Zayat's got a free lane bottom for a couple waves. All right, that's the secret to the Earthshaker players. You got to feed some of your teammates a little bit, right? Got to get that early blink dagger. Very important that you find the time for this hero. Okay, what is Insane doing? How did he just kill a courier down there?
He's hanging out,
Who
man.
is this man?
And moving in from behind. Zaya's there. They don't have Bruce Split anymore, but the Echo. Oh, but the snowball save. Can they get him out after? Mickey's got to run, but Puppy's there for the slow. LSA connects on it to Sunstrike out. It is going to be enough with the hits from Crystallis.
Oh, Insania. He did not know whether he should come in here. He thought about backing up, and he's like, oh, I'll throw a tombstone. Maybe I'll do something. But I think in the end, he knew that was going to be a tombstone feed. So unfortunately, he kind of just adds on to the bounty.
And you can see that after, again, a bit of a slow start to this one, it turns into a bloodbath. And some good Cinder Brew damage there out onto Nisha, but they want to try and get some damage onto this tower.
The split is down. You know, it's like chum in the water. They know that Zai doesn't have a whole lot he can do in this situation. They smell blood, and they go right for that tower.
He's could come in soon. They have to be careful about this one.
Rally the dead.
But no, that is the power of this bench. Control creep, you run on in, you take the tower.
Oh, how about that, though? An instant smoke as well from Zayats and Puppy. They're going to start moving up towards their Beastmaster because Rezo, of course, has the Roar up and ready, has the Helm Creep. So if anyone tries to contest this tower, again, no split. They're not too worried about it. This the replay on the Laguna. Wow, a man.
Dude, the eyebrow raise is too good. Oh, I love that.
Okay.
Was not expecting
That's
that.
the most emotion I've ever seen from Nisha. You know,
You're not wrong. Oh, so usually. Well. Yeah, salvo damage that we had towards mid. It looks like Liquid want to make the move again. After losing their mid-tier 1 tower, they will head on in and claim one of their own.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Vlad's already done on that brew. A couple of smokes purchased. Gotta watch for those blink timings.
Got it.
I like that play from Liquid too. Sort of like posturing mid with a lot of units, a lot of heroes coming in there, and just knowing they have the split coming up in just a second as it's now available now. So Secret not feeling like they can really contest that, as they're just going to keep Crystallis farming up the jungle. And now, you know, Zayat, he's just going to try and like, find that farm somewhere. Be it Shard, be it Blink. It looks like he's probably not as confident getting the Blink this game. He just wants that early Shard instead. But it's like so strong for stalling out these fights, of course, to try and provide all that space that you can for an Invoker and a Drow. But if you're not getting the Blink first, like, does this even feel like that worth it, you know, as a hero? I feel like that's where you really get the value of the Forshaker.
I know, it can be an issue. I'm going to be a bit concerned about as Crystallis is farming up those Ancients, if you can't get that initiation off, feel much less valuable in these fights. But of course, like extra damage that you
Dire
get
are scanning.
later could help to mitigate that a little bit. You have this stall out period, and you gotta imagine that you're happy about this. Building towards his next item is actually going for a Force Staff after that Hannah Midas. More tools to get that separation away from particularly the Lifestealer.
Yeah, it's like the counter to Team Liquid, right? They just keep Tusk and Lifestealer.
Right?
So just every game, it feels like there's more and more Force Staffs. I'm sure Puppy's feeling the same way. Indeed, he
每一
is.
把都当最后一把，然后就也不要怕输。
Stack those up. It's great to have it on the Drow too, so
Radiant's
likely to be
bottom
another
tower
game where
is
it's
under
going to be something they're
attack.
going to have to contend with on Liquid.
Jungle find each other, looking for a high five. Zayat, is he friendly today?
You got to be careful if he's a chant totem, he high fives you.
Oh yeah,
It hurts.
Oh, I got it. Yeah. High five. Up. Zai and Foxy, they're hunting to try and find the
It's like,
Beastmaster.
can I even kill this right now?
Back
Come on.
behind.
Oh, I can't get it.
Oh, but look, chase, it's there. Rezo thinks it's all good and well, but the chase, they catch him. Stone, couple more punches. The creep buying some extra time. Well, Chitoto doesn't do anything with that echo. Get away from him. Tombstone down. Chrysalis is there though, and that's going to be enough to kill off Boxy. Insania has to run, but Mickey, he's got a DD, moves in, finds Science, gets that kill. Now Puppy trying to get out of there. And they'll lift him on Anisha, drops the meatball, but it's not enough. Nisha in trouble. Couple more hits, he dies. Zai on a killing spree as they look for Puppy, but Chrysalis wants to move forward. Insania trying to take up as much of those hits as he can, and Mickey gets the double kill. That's 4 already dead. Zai on top of Chrysalis hits the stun. Mickey there. Mickey wants the kill. They're diving behind the tower. Resolution, he's back in. They've gone too far. Liquid in, very deep. Another TP in. Science is back alive. Mickey hopes to escape, but there will possibly be an escape. No. Zaya cleans up.
Oh, he bought us BKB though.
And he was able to buy out. And to think that all starts from just 2 heroes smoked in.
They're getting so much into these early brew splits, which is really the key to them getting this victory. Now, you can definitely see these moments where they bait out the brew split and you're able to get away, but the shards are really helping those situations. They forced that fight on top of Rezo. And Zayat even felt committed, of course, to hop in there with the Echo, but it wasn't enough to turn things. Does have his shard as well, though, so he can continue to try and stall these fights, try and force some good Sunstrikes as well there from Nisha, but great plays from Liquid. And now they have 2 humongous item powers when they come into these next fight. They're going to have that BKB on Mickey's Lina, as well as that Wraith back now on Zai. But much like the Tombstone, again, it is an issue where they do have good tools versus it on the side of Team Secret. It won't necessarily be that big, dominating Wraith back this game.
And you can see here just the amount that he's getting done on this brew. Zaya's had a tournament that's sort of been a lot of great moments, but also a couple where he's had to sacrifice. As we get into another battle, Anisha found Lifestealer right on top, didn't stand a chance.
The way they're grouping and playing with this splitless brew is so good, right? They just now take that fight. He does it with brew split back for another 15 seconds. They immediately move into the Roach Pit with the Dessa, with the Vlads, all these items stacking up together, and the Tombstone drop instantly.
They're into the pit now. Puppy is down bottom, just trying to push these waves out. I don't know if they can come and contest this.
They have the vision. They saw it all go down from the side of Team Secret.
Are scanning.
No Blink Dagger, no nothing from Zayat. It's too hard to walk into this pit.
They got Hawk in a few seconds here, but no, there's no way they can get there in time.
They try, but they will not succeed. And Zai now there to slow him down. The enchant to back away. Still have to be careful about running up high ground into no vision. And Insania, he's going to get punished for the hubris.
你上。
Well, the Soul Rifts have been pretty incredible from him so far, maxing that out first, getting lots of saves in these fights, and just go down there. It helps his allies escape. So what do they escape with? They get themselves an Aegis onto their Lina. They still have the split available. So when he's back on Insania, they can start to move their way onto that Radiant side of the map. And with that death onto Nisha, of course, and he's 0-4-0 on this Invoker. He's got Midas and Force Staff. It's not exactly the dream game for the hero, but his levels are starting to add up.
Picked up now. You end up in these situations that I was sort of talking about. The mental stability that it feels like these teams have up there. They're going to have to make another move here from Secret in a little while, see what they can find across the map. They have that shard ready on the Earthshaker, but it does still just feel like they need more time.
Oh, A common trend of Secret throughout the last chance qualifier and TI has always been like Zayat and Rezo dominating their lane and pushing forward from there. Very combat heavy. It felt like these Dawn Breakers, right? Like Marcy's and just like fighting everyone all the time.
Oh, Echo, it's not enough.
That's not quite.
Oh my goodness.
And
stick charges.
Yeah, they don't have that though. They're not like a snowballing off-lane duo in this game. Game 1, it worked really well because they had this like double vision tactic where they were going with the Beastmaster and the Nyx Assassin.
They find Misha in the woods. Zai pops the ultimate. He wants this one. He wants it real bad. Lift up there. The rest of the team coming in. Back behind the tower. Mickey going into this fight with half HP. They time it perfect. Misha gets brought down. Liquid, they are feeling themselves here. Again, we talk so much about Puppey and the consistency that he had. Zai is another one of those players. He has been to so many different TIs, but if they win this game, this will be his highest placement ever.
Well, they're still able to grab it despite Zayat's running away with the creep wave. I was kind of wondering, like, where's the Fisher save? And he's just running. He's got wave after wave. And Boxy not even going to bother trying to chase him or cut him off. They're just moving elsewhere on the map. They want a bigger prize for themselves.
15.5 minutes and a 4,000 gold lead. Little mid-game leads can be so dicey, though. We've seen some that have fallen apart very quickly, and is this going to be one of them? Gotta be careful. Lifestealer inside the open wounds, and Matumbaman gonna run away. Resolution just not quite close enough to connect with any roar or anything else.
Bit of a bold one there, as there was quite a bit of vision in the area from Team Secret.
Oh.
So of course, the long run with the creeps will come to an end here, eventually being caught inside that dire jungle. So, game 1, similar situation, Beastmaster, right? They're able to take so much of the map over from the side of Team Secret because of the way he pushed through that top lane, established good vision up top, and they just played around that area. This game, Chrysalis takes the top lane instead. Rezo's not able to really like establish that big point, and Liquid just catching all these great fights with the Brewmaster has been so important for them. And Secret, they're really lacking that vision. They don't really know until Liquid cross the river. They're not really sure what they're up to. They're not able to go for these cheeky little plays, the Sunstrikes, to try and get Liquid off balance. Instead, it's Liquid who are just pushing through and always staying very grouped together.
Matumbaman showing, and Zai also showed for just a moment. It's going to be broken immediately. Zai, he's in an awkward spot now. Insania is there to break it. Tries to find one, rage immediate turn for the kill. So they will get the Undying.
Yeah, Liquid don't want this fight. I mean, Secret are throwing all the resources at it once again. Game 2, Chrysalis was really trying to get involved in as many fights as possible to try and get his team to a solid position. He's doing that once again. These TPs up here, trying to find these engagements when he can, then moving back to farm when it looks like the fight's not going to happen. Liquid there, of course, can be a little bit pickier with their fights, but with another minute left on the Aegis, and not getting another tier 2 could be kind of nice if they wanted to. Now they just seem comfortable going to that next round of items, BKB, potentially on Matu.
Done on Boxy. Getting into the Aghanim Scepter next for Zai.
I hope so. Goes that over the Blink. Blink's obviously really cool, but...
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice grab.
LSA connection for Stack, keeping his buddy alive. See why Nisha invests in this. And with that lack of connection on the kill, Zayat actually spots out these wards that were just placed. So this is going to come on in and take those away. D-ward going on, so all vision gone.
So the main benefit of the Aghanims, at least to me, would be Zai having the Wind Panda all the time, right? Like the Wind Brewling constantly able to go for the Dispel to kill out these summons, because it's always been like a counterpoint the Brewmaster has, but it's only during the ulti. Whereas now, when you have this Aghanims, you can actually do it constantly.
Walks up the hill. Aegis about to expire. This fight could get a little bit dicey here if they're not careful. Silent down in trouble. He's gone. Meanwhile, Boxy jumps in. Matumbaman right on top now of Chrysalis, who gets force-sapped off of the cliff. That separation, LSA spots the ward. They need to take that down, so no more vision. But the stun, the control is on the boat, but Mickey gets the BKB off. Matumbaman turns. No infest to get him out. They find Nisha. Couple more hits. They bring him low, but can they bring him down? No! Nisha, he survives. Insania gone. Secret strike back in the biggest way.
Liquid just going a little bit too far there. The Dream start to a fight as they take down Zai right away. No chance for getting off the ultimate. Despite getting down the right back, it didn't reduce enough of that damage. He still falls, and when he doesn't snap buyback, because there's no Aegis, right? Like there's no big prize to claim here, so they know he doesn't want to buy back into this fight. Even though he could get back there relatively quickly, Liquid keep going. They feel like they have some ability to still take this fight after this death. They were wrong. They don't end up getting like the next big grab. Perfect force stabs, great positioning. Chrysalis to the high ground, back down again. Matu's raised up. He's running around. He can't find anybody.
all of those
Dyer's middle
utility
tower
spells
has fallen.
caught it.
Oh yeah, what's up? What's up? He says.
Zai wasn't able to make it happen, but still looking solid in this one for Team Secret for that huge win. You can see now 16-14 on a knife's edge. We talked about how close this game could be, and things start to get a little bit wild when it's an elimination match this close to the Aegis. So AC next on the docket. Science was still alive when he was like doing the call-out gestures.
It's been his thing so far this tournament. He's the only one I've seen popping up out of his chair. I love to see it.
You know, I think that it's a testament to sort of this guy and sort of his background in Dota. He spent so long just hanging out in obscurity and a lot of Eastern European
You mean the techies player Zayat?
Right.
You mean the Treant Protector player Zayat? The one-trick pony guy?
And then suddenly, as we saw in that content piece, you know, he gets the call up and he is absolutely taken over. And the last hit, Walrus Punch, Matumbaman gonna get stunned in the duration of the rage, the roll, the chase, Puppy gone. Meanwhile, Chrysalis on the low ground, but Zayat's there again with the stun onto everybody. Here comes the split. Only to disengage though. They gotta run. Secret trying to get out of there. The BKB, he can't do anything to that one. Chase down, look for more. Rezo in trouble to lift up.
They gotta let him go.
They're gonna go for more and more and more. Liquid trying to chase, Rezo gone. And on the back lines, they take down Chrysalis to boot. Liquid and Secret, the push and pull. A tug of war.
Top tower is under attack.
Looking at my heartstrings a little bit here.
Everything just from the beginning of these fights, and part of that coming down to the fact that we don't have those BKBs on the side of Secret, right? So it either starts well or it goes really poorly.
They chase for more as they're going up to the high ground there. Nisha trying to stop this push. Tornado, anything he can use. 20 seconds until the rest of his team is back up. That second Roche is available though. They could go back and claim that here as a very quick spawn.
Dyer's middle tower
That'll be a big
is
one for
under
them.
attack.
Respawns are going to be fast though on Secret. We're only 25 minutes in this game, believe it or not. We're going to double up those bracers, those Wraith bands rather, but maybe a Wraith pack later. Almost looked like a Walrus kick there with the punch and the Force Staff combo there. It probably gets double Force back out, but that's a lot to commit to try and save your Ench. And though Zayat's got a huge play there with the Fisher and the combo stuns, you know, it's Zai, right? The original coming through there with the split, and Chrysalis just worst case scenario.
I mean, that's the thing, right? With no BKB on this Drow, as soon as you find the real one, it turns into this huge problem. You just lift her up, wait till the fight to end.
Yep. That Philosopher's Stone's been doing a lot of work here. Besides, though, he's getting close to that Blink Dagger. Almost like a second life for this Earthshaker when it comes to like having relevancy in this game. Right now, he's just sitting in the back line, find just a Fisher, combo stun, see if he can set up for his Drow and his Invoker in that sense. But you get that Blink Dagger, you spot that right moment, maybe you can win the whole fight yourself.
And the thing that's interesting about this too is the distribution of farm. You take a look at these net worths. It's Alina and Lifestealer that are way up at the top right now. A pretty big gap, and then you got the 3 cores from Secret, but it's Puppy that's making up the difference. This Enchantress needs to have some more impact here in this game. Has already got a Force Staff. I'm not sure what you
He's
buy.
got no Nature's Attendance, he's just stats. I got the damage, all right? There's no heals happening here. Not today.
A Illusion spots out. They got vision and then have to run away immediately. Boxy is already gone. Mickey finds another. Rezo dead. Chrysalis, the one left behind. Nisha also trying to escape. They decide to turn their sights onto Puppy. Get the D-wards here and control this area as opposed to chasing.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
That was insane. They're just blinking and infesting. They know they just need the vision for this fight to try and give Zai that grab, right? He just needs that one toss-up. Again, there's no secondary play here. There's no BKB for that Drow Ranger, but now they're going to go for the wraparound play here from the side.
Will they be able to take this fight? Puppy wants to run in. Chrysalis is there too. Roche down about a third.
The blink's there, Zayat's.
They're still sticking around. Zayat's blinks. He gets the stun, but the interrupt. Where's the follow-up damage? It's not there.
Chrysalis, though, he got out.
He kept him out of that fight that entire time, trying to clean up and get this Aegis. It's actually the Radiant that get the kill, but Nisha down low. He gets out. Can he escape from this one? Chrysalis hitting in the backside. They take down Matumbaman. Mickey wants to fight Nisha, but the dodge. Nisha gets away. Are you kidding me? He gets away from them. Aegis still on Mickey, but with no BKB, he's got to get out. TP's away. What is this game?
It's gonna be a very confusing fight recap here. We got an Aegis single side team Liquid. Everyone who's playing their heart out right now. And despite it going their way, I think there was even a snatch, right? They grabbed the kill, I think with the Sunstrike from blinked in after.
Almost got it.
Who got the shard?
Not sure. Oh, there's the life stealer. No, he already, yeah. Regardless, we sort of keep the game at status quo to a certain extent because you lose a lot of liquid heroes in terms of the net worth, but the big thing is still 4 minutes left of that Aegis on Mickey. He's playing that carry role out of the mid lane.
It most certainly is. Feels very comfortable doing it. Now has 4 minutes of the true comfort of having an Aegis as well. He's actually shadowing Matu right now. Maybe worried about a possible play coming up from Team Secret.
Oh, and that's an interesting choice for the for the Enchantress, going for the drums. And queuing up, of all things, an AC. You know, if there's
He's
one
got lofty goals. All right.
There's one thing I learned, it's that Puppy farms.
Never forget
Dire's
Puppy
bottom
Crystal
tower
Maiden
is
Heart.
under attack.
Yeah, enough. Well, kill score is even. If there was any doubt about these two teams putting on a show for all you people out here in the crowd, dispel those myths right now, as there is still some pressure being mounted in Sania with a surprise inside.
That is not one you suspect, that's for sure.
I mean, they do see that he has almost 3,000 health, so might be able to anticipate that there's a life stealer inside of him. But the tier 2 tower gets taken.
Yep, that Hawk Vision giving him a little bit of a semblance of safety there
Scanning.
as they approach the tower. But again, there's still no BKBs here. So, I mean, it's just so unusual compared to how all these Dota games have been going through all of CI, right? We're so used to basically every core having a BKB at this point. And it just feels so strong for Zai if he can get that perfect initiation.
Liquid read the movement right. Are they going to be able to anticipate where Secret are going? The blink in Zai. Does
Nope,
this
not
form
quite
a
right.
team? They can't quite catch up.
All about that mid wave, right? You know someone has to come and grab this, but no one wants to commit on these mid waves. You want to be really far back. Just sort of give him a little blast, back away.
Yes.
Don't want to get caught in a bad fight.
Again, those shards actually there for Foxy was what he got. But see the sort of macro movement that they're making, trying to control these high grounds. It's Secret that smoke up with 4. They are showing Puppy on the wave. Can they find anybody with this backstab?
And Matu, he was considering quite a few different items throughout this game, right? Almost went for the BKB on the lifestealer, ended up going for the AC instead. Has to watch out for that silence though, or he gets saved by someone.
Hawk is going out first.
Oh, he just got a Paladin sword too.
The golem up front.
Gives it over to Mickey.
They're not quite gonna get there. If Zayats finds somebody here, this could be a huge burst of damage, but it does look like Liquid recognizing the danger. Mickey gets caught! DKB, it's not coming out! Mickey is going to drop that Aegis. 1 life. Can they do another one? Rezo is there. He has the roar available. Gets interrupted, gets caught. The Sunstrike out. It's not enough damage quite yet. Mickey 4 staff away. Get out of there. Science tries to control afterwards. Can they bring him down in time? Mickey in trouble. It's infested. The save again. The tornado tipped up onto both of them though. Mickey, he's been living through so long, so much, and he's actually gonna do it again. Mickey finally gets brought down by Puppy. The alacrity, the damage, Matumbaman, they want to bring down Crystal. It's a couple more punches, but all these 4 stacks, it's the bane of Liquid. They don't have a way to get him out. Matumbaman to fall. Zai needs to clean up. He's got to get a couple more, but Chrysalis, he gets up to the high ground. Insania brought down as well. The little turret that could.
This positioning, all-terrain vehicles on Secret, they're all over the place. Up, down, low ground, a TPO by Rezo at 10% HP, and you said Puppy needed to pop off. Yeah, I think he did.
Oh my god.
That was an insane, he did the most damage in that last fight. All he did was click.
So many rounds of it, and Puppy, he found him again. Puppy does not want to be denied. Chrysalis, a couple more hits. This man, he's a lot of evasion. Does have a blink away from Zai. Needs to hunt, needs to escape. And Zayat, he says no.
Puppy is taking his fate into his own hands here. He's like, I'm breaking this curse. I'm going all the way. And, oh yeah, okay.
Exactly what they needed right there.
Dire's top tower is under
Suddenly
attack.
this lead gets bursted open to 7k gold. And you can see all the save Mickey, and it wasn't enough, even through 2 lives.
That was only 2 minutes ago.
Right?
Feels like a lifetime at this point. Obviously a pivotal turning point for this whole game. Just such a simple thing too, right? Like catching this Aegis, but it just means that now you're gonna get this fight on an even footing for Team Secret, right? Finally finding that moment that they needed. They don't have to play around with this Aegis for the next 4 minutes, chasing them around the map like this. And just so many clutch and tiny moments. And again, it's all about the positioning, right? These 4 staffs, so valuable from Sika. And Rezo at the top of your screen, you can see right now, he actually just barely escapes from Zai being chased down.
Oh my goodness. That was so close.
And then Puppy, like, you know, you heard Tiger talk about during the draft, right? He's just like, you know, this Ench really doesn't care about Undying. Because as you can see, he's got a whole posse just following around this entire fight. And they don't really do anything.
That's right. And as you said, he did the most damage in that fight, Puppy, on the Enchantress. Now, looking at the next couple of minutes here for Liquid after losing that Aegis. I mean, there's still 2 minutes till it's capable of respawning. It's not like they're incapable of fighting, but the fights cannot stop or start with Mickey getting caught. Puppy AC done. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that was a lofty goal, I believe we once said.
Oh my God. He is so farmed.
Wow. Usually you buy AC on your lifesteal, you don't really expect to be countered by the enemy Ench at 34 minutes with the counter AC, but there you are.
DD, he wants to take it. Nah, there's no way. There's no way. All right, crowd, settle down.
Yeah, all right, relax. All right.
It must affect the weapon.
All right, so we'll see now. Silver Edge already in hand for the Lina. Some really good vision. Look at that ward there. That one is giving all the info that they need. Matumbaman, can they blow him up? Oh, the reaction gets him out of harm's way just in time. And well, the roar, the chase needs to get out of there and save. Foxy, get him out. Can they do it? No, the best came too late. Mickey can't stop this train either. Disarmed, running away. Nisha there with the ice wall, tries to shards, but no. Foxy 2 will fall.
He hit him with the ice fire bomb. Get the ancient ice shaman in on this.
My goodness, Secret. They were kicked out of this last time. They were not able to go all the way to the grand finals. They were so close.
He was so close to infesting back in the box. He too was just one big crit there from Chrysalis, you know. Item, he gets better rolls than anyone else actually. And seeing it right there, unable to get that save. Now
Have to hold here, and Secret not wanting to give him the time of day. Look at Puppy just punch away. The Edge so strong with that Grove Bow too. Getting buildings, Liquid, they don't have the answers yet. They need the rest of their team to fight this.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
Watch and wait. Science jumps in, the roar, Mickey, they're all in him, the snowball. Try and turn and try and get away.
still got stacks.
Gets a little bit out.
Has the Silver Edge for the break.
This tombstone, the zombies slowing him down. Back 2, the couple more punches, but the control. Zion, he's on to both of them. Mickey, he gets the BKB off. Matumbaman wants to chase. Chrysalis, BKB runs out.
Zai thinking about still extending this fight.
Dangerous. Liquid are gonna have to lick their wounds. Secret intent with taking that lane.
Liquid, a small Pyrrhic victory there, managing to find themselves one BKB charge, taking out the Drow at the very least. But of course, they're going to be hanging out there looking for that Roche, and with a Beastmaster and an Enchantress on your team, you're definitely going to know when it spawns, especially if you just happen to be standing in there. So, probably going to be in the know, and we got ourselves an Aghanims too here.
Hello!
Hello! Hello, Zions! Hello!
That was to the entire Dota 2 community, that hello. He has been making a name for himself here.
Uh-oh.
And with that, the third Aegis, the Aghanim Scepter on Invoker, suddenly they are well in hand. Secret looking so good. Trying to close this out, 21k gold lead. 37 minutes in right now, they just finish a Hex too.
Zions has so much power right now.
This game is going to be so hard for Liquid to pull back at this point. They've got the raid pack, but they find one. Does have the Andis, needs to pop the ulti if he wants to get out of there. Not too much more trouble. Walrus Punch finds the backline, trying to bring down one. Resolution in some trouble. Hit from downtown. Mickey finds another, but there it is, Science! He stops him again. The 5x come out immediately. Matumbaman, nowhere left to go. He's gone for 70. Secret, they see the grand finals in their sights. They want to claim this here now. Put this game to bed. The snowball is in. Has to blink out on Boxy. Is there anything they got in control? Zayat's on top. He's been there time and again. Misses the Sunstrike actually.
Just blinks though.
But the chase is there, and Boxy 2 will fall. None of these heroes up. Secret wanting to close this game out now.
Objective gamers in the top lane, Chrysalis and Puppy, taking down the buildings, looking towards tier 4s even.
They setting it up. Chrysalis, the alacrity is there. Tier 4 towers starting to drop. Does the dream run end now? staff away, keeping themselves alive.
That's
Secret.
a big jump. They're low on resources on Secret right now. Oh, but look at that damage.
This moment when you sense the
look at
victory,
him go.
the Ancients exposed. Do they have enough left in the tank? Liquid, they want